Hello friends, we're in the city of Michelstadt, quaint little town, nice and quiet and surreal. But this town is also known for its child prodigy that was born here, the famous Zekel Leib, also known later as the Baal Shem of Michelstadt. He was born in 1768. By the time he turned 10 years old, he had outlearned and outsmarted his rabbis, the teachers that taught him. And even the Graf Albrecht had tested him in his wit and his knowledge as such a young prodigy as a child. At 17 years old, he went to Frankfurt and he learned under the Nussen Adler. He had also been a chavrusa with the Chassam Sofer. He had also befriended Rabbi Yosef Eger, that was a son of Rabbi Kiva Eger. And at 18 years old, he made a vow that he would never eat any meat, and he became a vegetarian for the rest of his life. Later on, he studied in the Kabbalah, and he became known as a spiritual healer, or as we know as a Baal Shem. He wrote kameas, amulets, and he was a healer. He was also even known by the non-Jewish people that kept his house here in Michelstadt. Everybody knew this was the house of Zekel Wormser. Later on, he first became a rabbi in Mannheim, and afterwards he asked that he wanted to come to live in his old town Michelstadt. This would be his shul. You can look over here. It's a tiny, not such a big shul, small shul, and we can't go in now because it's being renovated, so we can't get into the shul. But it was built in 1791. It was built in 1791. And this is where he would have davened, the Baal Shem of Michelstadt. In 1825, that was 2 years after he came to live in Michelstadt, he had a dream, and in his dream he saw that his house is going to get burned down. So he had discussed it with his son, and his son asked, "You know what? If maybe it's a good idea to take an insurance policy on the house." That's exactly what he did. He took an insurance policy, and a few days later, his house burned down. But in his house was all his writings and his ktavim that he wrote in all aspects of Torah. And he was so upset from it that he turned white overnight. He was known as the Baal Shem of Michelstadt. A lot of people came for his kameas. Even the Chedushei Harim, the first Gerrer Rebbe would send his people to the Baal Shem of Michelstadt to heal them from certain illnesses and stuff. He was a spiritual healer. He was known as the Baal Shem of Michelstadt.